All right. First and foremost, give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakodash, double understood elders and the apostles of the great millstone who rule well and who was worthy to be counted for double honors. Peace and salutations to you brothers out there pushing their truth wholeheartedly and sincerely and full of the gospel. This is Brother Gabari from Indiana camp coming back at you, give another sit down. And in this video, I'm basically just be talking about something that, we always hit on, and what you're slowly but for surely seeing that's coming to the world is famine. All right. So famine is basically the lack or the food not being so accessible as it is right now. All right. So right now, you can go to the grocery store and buy certain things. So you buy certain goods and buy certain things. You can go to restaurants and, because food has the appearance of abundance. You see, and when I say the appearance of abundance, is basically saying that it seems like that we have more food than we do. Right now we are in a low grade of famine. All right, that's why Esau is pumping out so many GMOs and genetically modified foods. Because why? The crops and things aren't really yielding until him, You're telling me that fucking McDonald's, one of the top fast food chains, can sell 1 billion burgers a day? Like, come on, there's not that many cows. All right, there's not that many cows. So they have, and then even what the CEO of Campbell's chicken noodle soup said that they're 3D print or they're genetically bioengineer their chicken meat that puts them in their soups, and you think they're just doing that just with the soup. They probably genetically modified tomato and make tomato soup, genetically modified the noodles or whatever. So, who knows what foods are in these grocery stores that these people buy. All right. That's why you have to really, I'm pretty sure I'm confident I can say this, that I want to say about a good probably 20, and this me being modest, a good 20 to probably 35% of the food that you eat is probably not even real food. All right. And then on top of that, a lot of these people don't even know how to really shop. All right. They don't know what to actually real buy raw materials. All right. They don't know how to make certain dishes that's so easily accessible to them, like what macaroni and cheese, bread, pasta. They don't know how to take raw materials and make these things. All right, they just buy boxes of it that's already pre-made. I seen they got instant mashed potatoes, when you can just fucking buy a bag of potatoes and boil it. But everything is so quick, fast, in a hurry. People are so accustomed to want things fast that they sacrifice their health for those things, And here it is, our us men of the Lord, us men of the Lord, we try to live somewhat back to the ancient days, So we majority cook our food. Now I'm not sitting here saying, we fucking bake our own bread, make pasta every day, go out, kill the cow and do all that. But we try to do it to our most best abilities. One thing personally, me, I don't shop at no major retail stores like fucking Target, Walmart, Myers. Now, if I have to go, I'm not saying if you brothers do shop there, you going off or whatever, but I'm saying I try not to, because I just know that it's 90% of those stores got bullshit in it. I try to get majority of my fruits and vegetables from probably farmers markets, and then if you can find some type of butcher in your immediate area that probably owns a farm or knows a person where he buy his meat, his cows from, you can go to a butcher and get your meat. So you have, pretty high quality grades of meat. And then farmers markets, you have people who actually raise these fruits and vegetables that you buy, but we understand that, listen, we're not going to be able to live perfect, be able to try to live, somewhat righteous or try to live perfect in this place is I always equated like walking through a junkyard with brand new Air Force Ones and expecting that they're gonna stay clean. No, you know this that's ludicrous. If you walk through a junkyard with brand new Air Force Ones, you're bound to get some dirt on them. You know, which basically equating to like, listen, you know, us trying to live a squeaky clean lifestyle in this polluted place, it's impossible. You know, but we try our utmost best. You see, we try our best to not fall in these things. The scripture says what we should eat our bread, defile amongst the Gentiles. But what that doesn't mean we just go out and just fucking neglect our diet, eat whatever fried foods and all this junk. You know, stuffing Oreos, you know, and say, oh, bread is defiled amongst Gentiles, you know, eating Oreos and cookies and cakes and Little Debbie's and boxes of cereal and shit. You know, no, we still somewhat try to live a healthy lifestyle. All right. But getting back to the point, majority of this food that people call food isn't really food, you know, and we are somewhat in a famine already, you know. Now, when things really start ramping up, when things really start getting down to the nitty gritty, when the edible items, that's what I'm gonna call them, the edible items is not available no more, that's when things are really gonna show its true colors. That's when people really gonna show its true colors. All right. Because one, people don't know how to cook. People don't know how to take flour and make bread or make pasta or make anything. You know, flour has so many multiple uses out of it. You know, you can do so much thing with flour, but people just use it to batter their chicken or batter their fish to fry it. You know, that's what they use flour for. But it's so many. Flour is very versatile. You know, but without further ado, let's go ahead and hit a couple of these scriptures proving that famine is coming to this place and showing that you people are gonna feel it. You know, this is Ezekiel chapter 14, verse 13. It says, "Son of man, when the land sinneth against me by trespassing grievously, then I will stretch out my hand upon it and break the staff of bread thereof, and will send famine upon it, and will cut off man and beast from it." You see, and now, and does not America fit that criteria? Doesn't America put itself as what the law of the Bible? You know, the law, the Bible being the law of the land, but what it breaks every commandment that's in there. You know, adultery is committed in this place. Men can shave their beards. You know, if we were in mixed fabrics, hey, fucking what's that one spot? Sheen is a clothing store. I believe in America. You know, people say they worked at certain Sheen warehouses, and it's actually been it actually came out that the fucking materials that they use in their clothing is like 3 times polluted, 3 times over the pollution rate, where they're using lead, they're using all types of stuff that doesn't even supposed to be in clothing, you know. But why is that? It's because why? This man, he's ruling in wickedness. He allows that stuff to happen. So thus forth, then guess what? You people are going to catch it. It's a reason why, you know, in the law, it says you're not supposed to mix fabrics. You're not supposed to mix seed. You see? Everything that the America holds true and value, it breaks the law of the Lord, you know? So does not America fit this criteria? If the land sinned against the Lord, eventually the Lord's going to send famine upon that land. All right? He's going to break the staff of bread. All right, you people ain't gonna have your food isn't gonna be always accessible unto you. All right. Matter of fact, this is Lamentations. It's Lamentations chapter 4, verse 9. It says, "They that be slain with the sword are better than they be slain with hunger." Why? Because being killed with the sword is a quick and somewhat easy death. All right, you don't have to really suffer. But what you that are slain with hunger, that's a more gruesome. And matter of fact, let's ask chat. Let's go to chat right quick. So it said, how long does it take a person to die from lack of food? It says a person can survive much longer without food than water, but the exact time varies a lot based on hydration, body fat, health status, age, temperature, and medical condition. It says general range. It says with access to water. So listen, you can have water, but if you don't have no food, it would take several weeks to about 1 to 2 months in common. See, so just imagine 2 months or even a month going with no food whatsoever. The only thing you have to sustain yourself is water. You have nothing else to put in your stomach just but water. Now, that water will keep you hydrated and will keep you alive, but do you really want to go that long without food? And the thing is, hunger pains is going to hit you, but you really going to start feeling after probably 2-3 days, you know? And listen, I don't, me personally, I eat only maybe once, rarely twice a day. So sometimes throughout the day, I feel hunger pains. Now they're not really that severe, like something that oh, I gotta eat something, but I've done a 2-day fast before, and trust me, that 2 days is probably as much as I probably can go. I probably can go longer. If I prepare myself for it. I'm not saying I can't go longer, but a 2-day fast is with nothing but straight water. It's tough. You see, it's kind of it's on the tougher side, basically not an average man. An average individual can't go 2 days, let alone 3 days, let alone a day without putting something, without eating something, So just imagine 2 months like that. You have nothing to eat. It says some people may survive longer, especially if their body fat reserves are resting. Basically, fatter people. It says severe weakness, confusion, organ damage, and immune failure usually happens before death. See, so you have all this stuff hitting you before you actually die. Severe weakness. You're not able to stand. You're not able to think straight. You're not able to. And just imagine if you do come across some food and you see other people going for that food. You think you're gonna have enough strength to fight them people off? And if they went shorter length with you, then guess what? They're gonna have more strength in you to fight you off. See, you going 3, 4, 5 weeks without food, you're gonna be severely weak. You're not gonna be able to fucking probably clench your fist up to throw a punch. You see? It says without water, you're dead within 3 days. It says survivors may drop to a few days, sometimes up to about a week, depending on conditions. Yeah, I think you only can go 3 days without water. 3 days. If you don't drink water for 3 complete days, you're dead. Dehydration. It says what happens over time. It says first, intense hunger, weakness, and irritatable. So yeah, basically you're irritated, you're hungry, and you're weak. Now one thing too, when you do deprive your body from food. Now this is going to be happening probably in the first day or two. When you do deprive your body of food, your mind starts to think clear, and your body actually does repair itself. That's why if you do go on a fast, or if you do trying to what am I trying to say? I'm trying to think of the word. If you do try to basically go on a fast, I was thinking of another way to say it, but if you do go on a fast, where you don't eat nothing for 1 or 2 days, your body does do a reset, so you think more clear, your skin gets a little better. You do have, if you have any BS in your stomach, your body starts to flush out a lot of toxins, but after it gets done at that reset period, your body eventually is going to start craving food, and even when you do crave food, you can't just go and eat anything because your body will reject it. You can't just go 2-3 weeks without eating nothing, and then you come across some steak and just a steak, and you cook it up and eat it. No, your body might reject it. You have to start off kind of really small, probably light fruits and vegetables, and then probably move into something more heavier. But you can't just eat just a steak or fucking potatoes or rice or something that's starchy or something that's heavier, when your stomach and when your body has been has went that long without food, you have to build it back up, so to speak. You know. So it says too. It says after a week, your body burns fat, muscle, dizziness, and low energy. It says later muscle wasting, low blood pressure, confusion, and organ failure. Yeah, see, so if you go too long, then that's when you start to get confused. And if you ever seen the cartoons where when people go long periods without food, what they do, they start getting real delusional. They still every little thing they see looks like food. He looks at as he look. It reminds me of this Looney Tune cartoon where it was two guys, and they were on a raft, and the one guy was looking at the other guy, and he was looking at his leg, and it looked like a chicken leg, and he started like preparing it like he was finna eat it. And they were really hungry. So basically, and that's true. So just imagine you go so long without food, you be starting seeing things that's not really there, mirages. Everything starts to confuse the brain. All right, because that's what you're fixated on. You're fixated on food. So you people, especially these people of America, where they feel like they gotta put something in their mouth every fucking 1 to 2 hours. You got people who eat out of boredom. Matter of fact, it says boredom eating is eating not because your body needs food, but because you feel unsensible, unstimulated, restless, or want something to do. You see, so it's people that just eat out of boredom. You see, they don't got nothing to do, so I'm gonna just go eat. They're not even hungry. You see, it says it's a type of emotional habit eating, which is where food becomes entertainment, distraction, or a quick dopamine boost. Yeah, and man, dopamine. That's basically what this world is it chases after. That next high, that next dopamine, the next feel good. Elder Ariala from Texas calls it a escapism. He was going a couple months back. He was going into the word escapism. Looking to escape from this world, looking for that next hit. There's something to take the edge off. All right. And that could be anything. And Elder Yashawamba, he goes into how listen, food is a drug. There's something you're gonna be addicted to something in this society, whether it's food, whether it's actual drugs. Something is gonna get your attention in this society. I'm talking about you people in the world. A lot of people, you might not be a drinker, a heavy smoker, but shit, you fucking 400, 300 pounds, barely can see your ankles. Shit, your addiction is food. You're addicted to sugar. You're addicted to salt. GMO, you're addicted to MSG. You see? Which that shit can kill you. Yeah, drugs can kill you too, but shit, food can kill you as well. If you eat the wrong, if you're constantly feeding your body the wrong types of food, greasy fast food, everything deep fried, everything dipped in butter, everything got a unhealthy amount of salt in it, unhealthy amount of sugar. You see? It says common signs of boredom eating is you want food shortly after already eating. You see? And then the whole fucking 3 meals a day is even bullshit. Matter of fact, it was actually, I'm trying to find a video on it, but it was actually put where the whole breakfast campaign, which the word breakfast goes into the word break fast, because when you eat dinner that night, you usually eat dinner around 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then you pretty much are done eating by then. You're not supposed to go to bed. You're not supposed to go to bed with a full stomach, because that means your organs are working while you're asleep, and you'll wake up tired. So you're supposed to go to bed about maybe like 3 to 4 hours after you get done eating, when you already digested your food or whatever. But going around 4 or 5, maybe 6 o'clock at the latest at nighttime, all the way until 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, that's about almost a 12-hour period of where your body doesn't have food. So breakfast was called break fast, which if you break the two words, breakfast is break fast because you're breaking that long period of you not having food. But breakfast was an invention created by fucking Kellogg's and these cereal companies because people wasn't really eating what was it egg, sausage, pancakes in the morning. So what they were what were they were trying to come out with breakfast cereals and they were doing promotions saying, oh, the most important meal of the day. So a lot of people saying, oh, breakfast, breakfast, breakfast. You see? And then also fucking bacon wasn't a high commodity back about what, maybe 60, 70 years ago. It wasn't really a high commodity. It was so butchers was trying to find a certain way for people to buy it up, and that's when the invention of bacon came. I don't know the whole breakdown of it, but I've seen certain videos go into it, maybe Lord willing that can be a future lesson. But so breakfast, they push breakfast like it's the most important meal of the day, like it's really, and really, to be honest, you don't even fucking really need 3 meals a day. A good 2 meals a day is about a solid, a good solid foundation. You eat somewhat close to afternoonish, probably like maybe 10, 11 o'clock. And then you eat another, like I said, around 5, 6 o'clock, And then depending on what you eating, you can get all your nutrients and vitamins from those 2 meals. Shit, matter of fact, I keep fucking chicken and turkey. Majority of my, I want to say by a good maybe 80, 90% of my fucking freezer is nothing but chicken and turkey, And I got a pound of turkey right now that's in my freezer. That's what is it, 26 grams of protein. So, and it's 4 servings of it for a pound of turkey. So that's almost close to 100 grams of protein just for a pound of turkey, and where you can chop that up and you can have that into 1 meal, or you can separate it into 2 meals. Basically, I'm saying you can get all as much, because protein is the building blocks of what you really need. The more protein that you eat, the more your body will feel fuller longer, So let's get back to this. I'm doing all the talking. It says cravings are usually for snacks, sweet, salty foods, not balanced meals. You see, it's all what that boredom eating. It says you eat while scrolling, watching TV, or wandering in the kitchen. Hunger feels more like I need something interesting than stomach hunger. It says once distracted, the urge often fades. You see, so a lot of people have boredom eating. So getting back to the scriptures, where it says they that be slain with the sword is better if they was slain with hunger, and I've already proved and shown that majority of these people, they is boredom eat them, they go 3 meals a fucking day. So a lot of these people in the world, they like overindulge in food where they're always sticking something in their mouth. They're always eating something within a matter of 2 to 3 hours every single day, 2 to 3 hours of eating something. So when famine eventually hits this place, listen, it's going to be, bro, a lot of people are going to go crazy day 1. You see? It says, for these pined away stricken through the want of fruits of the field, you see? And when you pined away, is basically mean you're dying slow. Like chat said, listen, you take about a month or 2 and you out of there, You eventually your muscle starts to weak. You get low energy. Your blood pressure starts to shoot down, and then eventually you ain't gonna have enough energy to actually walk or move around, and then that's it. Once you don't have enough energy to stand up and move and get around, even if you do come across some food, how the hell you gonna get to it? You see? This is Revelation. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 6. It says, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars, See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and what we're seeing with that, what America and Iran, Ukraine and Russia, you see, and there's also other nations and countries out there that's warring with one another, you know, but it's all leading up to that to the major World War III. All right. It says, for all these things must, it's like it says, and there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. You see? So famine is a future prophecy that's destined to happen. All right. And there's nothing really to you people can do about it. I don't care how much stacking up, how much preparation you do. There's really nothing you can do about it. All right. This is Revelation chapter 6 and verse 6. As, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts saying, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see that thou hurt not the oil or the wine. You see, now what's this talking about? Basically, that penny was basically day's wages. All right. And barley and wheat is what people use to buy food or bread, you know. So a penny, a day's wage, and this is just basically going into hyperinflation. A day's wage, a penny, is going to be just enough to get you one meal of the day. All right. So here's you thinking that, you know, you get paid, well, how much ever you get paid, that's probably only going to be enough to get you a couple days of food, if that, you know, probably a meal or two, and you have to feed the whole family. Fucking your bread gonna shoot up to $20. Shit, it's gonna be. Matter of fact, it's gonna get. I don't even know exactly how high food's gonna be, but it's gonna be ridiculous. Where it's gonna. Matter of fact, what's that? Hold on. That's a good one too, right here. I actually forgot about this one. And I'll also give you cleanliness of teeth in all your cities. Which basically what? When you eat food, that's what dirties up your teeth. But so if the Lord's giving you cleanliness of teeth, that's basically saying what? You're not gonna have no food to mess them up with. It says, and the want of bread in all your places, yet ye have not returned unto me, saith the Lord. So what? The Lord is gonna take away your bread and give you cleanliness. That's not what I want. I think it's lack, not want. Yep, here it is. Second Ezra 15 and 19. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for the great tribulation. You see? So what? Because he doesn't have, because what? So what? Because bread and food is going to get so expensive where he's not going to be able to buy it. But guess what? He knows his neighbor has food. He knows that person over there has food. So guess what he's going to do? He's going to go over there and he's going to kill you for it, and he's going to take it. And he says what? He's going to destroy your house with the sword, with a weapon. It says, and spoil their goods, and what? Take your goods because lack of bread, because he doesn't have it. So guess what? But he knows you have it. So guess what he going to do? Oh, I know old dude down the street. I know he got it. Shit, I got a gun and he don't. So shit, you gonna bust in there and take it, you know? So that's what it's all gonna boil down to. Like we always say, man, no holds barred. If somebody got something that another person wants, hey, what is it? Matter of fact, I think it's in the scripture too. I don't know exactly. Let me see. Yep, it was 16. What did I read? I read 19. Yep, so I just went up a few verses. Verse 16, it says, "For there shall be sedition amongst men and invading one another. It says, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." You see, so depending on their actions, the things that they want to do, their courses, guess what? It's going to be if they have enough power to do it. If I'm stronger than you, then I'm better than you. If I'm better than you, then your things become my things. All right. Now, how you gonna feel about if a man? Now what's that going? Now paint that picture of a 4'11", 150-pound woman against a 6'2", 260-pound man, and that woman has food, has shelter. And I hate to say it, and it has a warm box, but a warm hole between her legs. What you think that man gonna do? You think he could be like, you think I can come stay with you and get some of your food, young beautiful queen? Or you think he's just gonna bust in there and just take what he want? I mean, it's not rocket science, man. This place is gonna get real gruesome. You know, it's gonna get real gruesome. It's gonna get real ugly for you people out here. All right. So that's all I had. Just basically wanted to touch on that. You know, it's sometimes you got to go into that. You got to kind of go into the gruesy, nasty things of the scriptures from time to time. But you know, can't say you've been warned. That's our job, to warn you about the things that's coming. So you've been warned. Lord will have this video as edifying for you brothers out there. Till next time, shalom.